Greetings, everyone. I want to talk about journaling, and this is a tool that was introduced to me by many teachers some years ago, and I immediately incorporated it into my practice, and I started doing it in a very pragmatic way. I would just note down numbers of repetitions, numbers of sets, rest periods, all of my exercises and of my training sessions. And slowly it started then incorporating other types of information, so more subjective informations. How I would feel emotionally before a training session, during and after a training session. And fast forward, I started incorporating then even more types, like even other types of information. So how I would feel that day, how I would feel before and after a certain conversation, if a certain comment would create a shift inside of me emotionally also. And to the point where now it's a tool that I use for my life in general. And I want to I make this video to share and emphasize and maybe invite everyone to give it a try if they have not tried yet to journal. Because, for instance, in the past when I was many times lost inside of my practice, inside of my path, and I lost track of my goals and where I came from and where I want to go, it helped me to keep perspective and to give perspective, like what were my problems 3 years ago now are somehow normal things that I can handle in quite a easy or equanimous way. For instance, when I was wanting to develop, to create something for the future or to project something for the future, it helped me a lot of times to break down things. So I would have a bigger idea, have a bigger goal to develop, and I would fragment it and slice it in many parts. And by becoming aware of the various steps that I would need to take to climb up this idea or this concept, I would also gain awareness of them, and I would understand that they actually exist, and I would become also with my surroundings, I would become aware if they would cross in front of me. So for instance, if I would see something that was a next step that would be actionable, I would be ready to take it, or to understand that that's actually something that is important for me at this moment, that would be a priority for me at that moment, because I was aware that it existed. I was aware that it was part of a path that I had set myself for. So, and for instance, in present experiences, it helps me a lot to deal with how I digest things. So, for instance, if I go through something now, if there is a certain information that crosses my mind, by writing it down, I can also gain perspective on the impact that it has on me. So I don't stay only with it inside, and I don't only observe how it changes me internally, but I can also see how I relate to it once it's written on paper, once it's out of my body. How do I want to establish, or if I want to even establish a relationship with it? So it somehow brings a lot more agency over myself, and it slowly starts to shed light in different corners of my existence and of my personality, of who I am. So I highly invite everyone to give this a try, and that's it. I just made this to share this. I hope you're all well. Much love.